Cars are screeching to a halt in the middle of the road. People are abandoning their daily routines and sprinting for cover as panic rips through the streets of Netivot in southern Israel. A massive, aggressive swarm of thousands of honeybees is descending from the sky, latching onto cars, buildings, and every available surface in a concentrated attack. The sheer density of the swarm created an immediate hazard in the airspace. Local airfields were forced to ground planes and delay flights because the black cloud of insects posed a severe safety risk to incoming aircraft. As reports of stings multiplied, the situation overwhelmed normal emergency channels. Local authorities had to dispatch specialized rescue and control teams just to reclaim the streets from the insects. This terrifying scene has moved beyond the screen, becoming a physical reality for a community already on edge. This follows a pattern of anomalies across the country. Just weeks prior, residents in Tel Aviv watched as enormous, erratic flocks of crows completely blackened the sky. Online, these images spread instantly. But instead of looking for ecological explanations, social media users began bypassing scientific research in favor of supernatural ones. Viral posts began citing specific biblical passages, particularly Isaiah 7:18. The verse describes a divine signal summoning flies and bees as instruments of judgment. Simultaneously, parallel claims in Muslim communities drew connections to Surah Al-Araf in the Quran, which explicitly lists sudden plagues of insects and frogs as severe divine warnings. The rapid fusion of these terrifying natural events with ancient religious prophecies has convinced a frightened public that they are witnessing the explicit signs of the end times. Understanding the reality of these swarms requires shifting our focus away from ancient prophecy and toward the hard data of entomology. Biologists define this as swarming behavior. While it appears aggressive, it's a highly organized relocation. When overcrowded, the queen departs to establish a new colony. She takes thousands of worker bees, moving as a single entity. This black cloud represents a vulnerable community of insects, executing a hardwired, instinctual survival mechanism. Curious, why did this standard biological function manifest with such overwhelming intensity in southern Israel right now? These mass migrations are sensitive to environmental shifts. Sudden, severe spikes in temperature and rapid weather changes act as the primary triggers that force a hive to abandon its home. Physical disturbances in the surrounding environment, such as noise, pollution, or construction, can also drive these colonies into the air prematurely. When extreme environmental stressors hit a migrating swarm, the bees become highly agitated. This collective anxiety produces the aggressive behavior witnessed in Netivot. These aggressive swarms are a direct reaction to a physical environment out of balance, providing a biological explanation that leaves no room for supernatural theory. To understand the panic, we have to look past the biology of the bees and into the psychology of a population under extreme stress. Israel is currently a nation engaged in high-stakes, multi-front military conflicts that define the baseline of daily life. Civilians live with the constant reality of ongoing tensions and violent clashes with Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran. This relentless geopolitical reality subjects the entire population to a state of chronic, inescapable psychological stress. In traumatized populations, the human brain begins seeking patterns in random events. Extreme anxiety forces a search for meaning in the middle of chaos. This trauma response ensures that an ordinary natural phenomenon, like a bee swarm, is instantly interpreted as a catastrophic omen of destruction. Modern social media algorithms are designed to capture this specific baseline fear. They connect local anxieties to ancient prophecies and exponentially amplify doomsday narratives. The true danger here is a psychological plague, a demonstration of how the trauma of war and the speed of the internet can combine to weaponize our deepest fears.